Giuliani speaking outside of the courthouse. I love that.
Maybe in American history, and the most effective mayor for sure. It can happen to you.
How does it feel to be on the other side of the justice system? How does it feel to be on the other side of the justice system?
Sorry, don't interrupt me. I'm making a statement. If they can do this to me, they can do this to you. Remember,
Can they, bro? Can they? Cause like, who amongst us? I mean, he's like, Rudy Giuliani's like, who amongst us is not going to try to overturn the results of a democratic election? You know what I mean? By pushing for a false slate of electors that are going to override the actual democratic results, that will then like threaten poll workers and whatnot. Like, who amongst us is not going to do that? You know, every one of us is going to try and do that. So they come after me, they come after you. It's like, yeah, well, you were a prosecutor, Rudy. You kind of understand. You kind of understand that is called deterrence, right? Like, I don't think a lot of people have the capacity to be able to do such a thing, but if they were, okay, yeah, they would go to jail. That's the whole reason why you are arrested for this crime that you engaged in. You know what I mean? So that other people don't look at that and go, oh, this doesn't go punished. I should try it myself. Kind of a fundamental plank of especially America's draconian criminal justice system. So don't really get why he would have an issue with this. First it came for Rudy Giuliani. I did not speak out because I'm not a ghoul. Bush got away with it. Why can't Trump? Establishment corruption. Let Trump steal the election. It's fair. Yeah, the problem is with George W. Bush, it was definitely way more streamlined. But more importantly, Bush won in the original shitty results. Trump didn't. So when you actually end up winning due to, you know, hanging chads or butterfly ballots or numerous other discrepancies in the election overall, you can stop the actual recount process by physically exerting yourself, by pushing it up to the Supreme Court. But you still have to win, right? Like he won originally. So Trump didn't, so he got. Does that make sense? That's a big difference. No, he won. They just keep counting the votes. GWB had a tolerable case in one state that he was able to overturn. Trump had like 4 states he needed to overturn. No, GWB won in Florida, but the results were so out of whack that they immediately recognized that in the state of Florida, who the governor at the time was George W. Bush's brother, Jeb Bush, that there was some accidents that happened. Okay? Now, when that happened, George W. Bush had won, perhaps illegally, or not illegally, but perhaps through, illicit means, right? And then in order to correct that wrong, there had to have been a hand recount. And the unfortunate thing is that Roger Stone and others were able to stop that recount from happening by physically stopping the recount from happening. Like literally, they orchestrated and organized the Brooks Brothers riot. So that's how it works. That's how it worked. But it doesn't matter because Bush had still won, even though technically he won due to discrepancies. The only discrepancy was the butterfly ballot in Broward, a ballot designed and approved by the Democratic Elections Commissioner. No, that's why I said it wasn't illegal, what they did. What they did was illegal afterwards to stop the recount from occurring. But that's why I'm saying that it was not illegal what had happened. Also, it wasn't just Broward County. You're wrong. I'm pretty sure it was fuck, what was the other area? Maybe this is a lib take, but I feel like if Al Gore didn't follow the court process and instead subscribed at the top of the hour, he would have won the presidency. Fuck you. I got cooked by Megaphonics. I am so off my fucking game. I've literally never. First of all, here's a ban, okay? So just eat that. I can't believe I just got owned by Megaphonics. That is the worst. That is absolutely the worst. He is the consistently worst poster in here. But the one thing he's never done is fucking try to debate me with a top of the hour ad break. And now you cooked yourself. I'm never going to look at your, I'm never going to trust your silly ass links and your silly ass fucking takes in the chat ever again. You did that. You did that. Good job. Okay. Well, I will be avoiding Megaphonics statements in the chat, and you can avoid the top of the hour ad break, which comes at the top of every hour. It's 3 minutes long. If you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe, which you can do for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime by connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, where you get 1 free Prime subscription a month. You can also get gifted a sub if you're lucky. Here's a 3-minute ad break now. Okay? Here it is. Local Josh, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Palm Beach is the other one, yeah. Allowing 5 people to no longer see the ads at the top of the hour. Gore won the popular vote by 500,000. Crazier defending Bush. Wait, you have to be insane if you think I'm defending George W. Bush. That is the first time I've had anyone say that. That's awesome. That's cool. But it also goes to show how the brain rot happens in this community from people who like seemingly are listening to what I'm saying, but they're actually not. Anyway, let's continue. Maybe. All right, so arrests are happening. Let's get to that. Let's take a look at what's going on. Also, Donald Trump is going to skip the first GOP debate as co-conspirators are preparing to surrender in Georgia. Donald Trump himself instead is going to go on X.com, Twitter, and talk to Tucker Carlson, because I personally believe that he didn't want to ask the judges, the federal judge, allowance that he might not have gotten to appear on a debate stage alongside a eyewitness, Michael Jebediah Pence, who is the star witness in at least one of the 4 different court cases that Donald Trump is currently undergoing. I feel like that was the real reason. He didn't want to come across like weak by asking for this permission and then not getting it, because it doesn't make any sense to me that he would avoid this debate, because Donald Trump is literally the GOAT at these sorts of debates. He would have made mincemeat out of all 7 of these people. He would have chopped them up and he would have fucking ruined them. And it would have actually galvanized his base of support even further. 2 different competing theories on this is the Felix Biederman, Joe Biden in the basement approach. Felix believes that it could possibly be because he's like already trailing, because he's already so far ahead that they're just trying to limit his media appearances. But I don't think that that's the case, because whenever he is in the media, he is killing it. So I don't know. The Carlson Trump thing was pre-recorded. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Hold on.
The arena in Milwaukee, where 8 GOP candidates are set to take the stage for the first debate without frontrunner former President Donald Trump.
He won't be there, but he will be center stage tomorrow, set to turn himself into the authorities in Georgia for felony charges of conspiring to overturn the 2020 election. Senior investigative correspondent Aaron Katursky is in Atlanta with the latest. Good morning, Aaron.
George, good morning to you. While his rivals are preparing to debate in Milwaukee, the former president is a day away from turning himself in here in Atlanta, and ABC News has learned his friend and lawyer Rudy Giuliani will turn himself in here later today. This morning, Rudy Giuliani, former mayor of New York and ex-federal prosecutor, is expected to present himself as a criminal defendant. Like former President Trump, Giuliani is charged with...
It's awesome. Okay? It's awesome. The Rudolph Giuliani, why can't I talk? The Rudolph Giuliani RICO cycle is so perfect.
Racketeering for his role in the alleged criminal scheme to overturn the election results in Georgia.
I'm going to Georgia, and I'm feeling very, very good about it because I feel like I'm defending the rights of all Americans.
Trump is also preparing to get fingerprinted and have his mugshot taken before he's released on a $200,000 bond. Unlike the courthouses in New York, Miami, and Washington where Trump surrendered before, he's coming Thursday to one of the country's most controversial jails with a history of overcrowding, complaints of excessive force.
I love mainstream media across the board talking about overcrowding and excessive force in the American prison system, because now it's like rich white guys going to jail. Come on, brother. I'm sorry. This is something that we have been talking about in perpetuity. The fact that these motherfuckers now all of a sudden are like, yeah, you know, we gotta really, really reconsider our carceral state and how awful and inhumane it is. I mean, great. Do I believe that this is going to change anything? Absolutely not. It's just so odd that the entirety of mainstream media that has been awfully and suspiciously quiet about Cop City, for example, are now chirping about the jail conditions. I mean, come on now. Come on now, brothers and sisters. I'm seeing what's going on here.
And the recent death of an inmate. Trump's alleged co-conspirator, John Eastman, preceding him at the jail. The lawyer is accused of drafting a memo proposing the use of fake electors to try to block Joe Biden's rightful victory.
My legal team and I will vigorously contest every count of the indictment in which I have been named.
Eastman's bond was set at $100,000. So was the bond for Jenna Ellis, a former Trump campaign attorney who allegedly peddled falsehoods about the election to Georgia lawmakers. Trump's chief of staff, Mark Meadows, is hoping to avoid being arrested at all. He wants the case moved to federal court, and he's asking the judge to rule before the surrender deadline of noon Friday. Meadows tried asking prosecutors for a reprieve, but court records show the district attorney, Fani Willis, replying, "I am not granting any extensions." Overnight, two more of Trump's co-defendants turned themselves in here at the jail. David Schaefer, the former Republican chairman for the state of Georgia, and Kathy Latham, a former county Republican official. She allegedly gave unauthorized access to voting machines in an ill-fated attempt to prove fraud. George?
And Aaron, of course, the former president now facing 4 different...
Wow, I thought it was, oh, wow, it's illegal to seek out the truth. Wow, that's a whistleblower, friend, okay? Kind of fucked up.
Felony cases. There was a major development yesterday in the classified documents case.
This is the first known witness to cooperate against former President Trump and cooperate with special counsel Jack Smith, an IT worker at Mar-a-Lago, Yusel Tavares. Prosecutors were prepared to charge him with lying to investigators before he had his change of heart.
Surrender is just a term of phrase because you're like surrendering yourself to the state. Like, they're booking him. That's it.
And now we're told he provided valuable information to Jack Smith and his team about former President Trump's alleged push to have IT footage, security camera footage at Mar-a-Lago deleted, despite knowing the FBI wanted to see it. George?
More evidence coming out. Aaron, thanks very much. Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube.
So when can we expect the mugshot? Tomorrow, baby. Don't worry.
So happening now, Rudy Giuliani is on his way to Georgia to surrender. The former New York City mayor once served as a lawyer for Donald Trump, literally helping him right into 2 impeachments.
IT guys are having a fucking resurgence, dude. IT guy giving up the goods on Donald Trump in Mar-a-Lago. IT guys are not declassifying, but like leaking top secret classification documents. You got to watch out. You got to watch out for them IT boys, okay? They'll get you. They know everything.
And holding court at Four Seasons Landscaping. Now, Giuliani himself faces the most charges, along with Trump, for trying to overturn the 2020 election results in Georgia. He said this moments before boarding a plane.
I don't know if I plead today, but if I do, I plead not guilty. And I get photographed. Isn't that nice? A mugshot for the man who probably put the worst criminals of the 20th century in jail. You find a prosecutor who has a better record of mine.
Brother, he is like, you know, this shit hits him hard, okay? And I'm here for his downfall, okay? The Rudy Giuliani is over party, smoking on that Rudolph Giuliani pack. He's such a gross little cretin. I'm very excited for this, okay? Fuck this guy. He's such a piece of shit.
In the last 100 years, I bet you don't, or a mayor. And they're going to degrade themselves by doing a mugshot of me. Like, people won't recognize me. And now, of course, they can fingerprint me, but I've been fingerprinted 150 times, so this will turn out exactly like the FBI search turned out. They're lying. I'm telling the truth. They're destroying my right to counsel, my right to be a lawyer. They're destroying his right to counsel. It's not accidental that they've indicted all his lawyers. Never heard of that before in America. Now they've indicted people in this case. I don't even know who they are. These are just regular people making a normal living. They're going to bankrupt them. They won't convict them.
Once Giuliani gets to Georgia, he is expected to go first to the DA's office to discuss his bond agreement. Once
Rudy looks like the American Prigozhin, makes you think, actually, he might be the American Prigozhin. He probably is Prigozhin. Prigozhin, breaking news, Rudolph Giuliani body swap with Prigozhin. He's actually in the United States of America, surviving.
the deal is struck, he could then go directly to jail and not collect $200, although that would be useful to him because he seems to be having issues paying for his defense.
God, it's pretty funny, dude. Oh God, his downfall and the serious coverage surrounding it is pretty awesome. Like, he's fucking broke too. It's awesome, dude. Ex-Trump attorney Kenneth Chesebro mugshot. Yeah, these are so ugly. Oh, I can't wait for the Trump one. There ain't no way he looks good. There ain't no fucking way he looks good. Here, let's look at some of these mugshots. Booking photos for Kenneth Chesebro, Kathy Latham, and motherfucking Ray Smith. Oh my God. Bro, she blew up the goddamn... Kathy Latham is so white, she blew up the exposure, dude. They had to fucking readjust the white balance. My mug shouties. I get worried and almost... These are just regular people trying to make a living. Please stop. Hey, if you can't do the time, don't do the crime. You know what I'm saying? Hey, these thugs, These fucking thugs are getting what's coming for them. Do you understand? These criminals. Yeah, they should have just complied with the law. Have you ever thought about the rule of the law? Nothing is sacred anymore, huh? Lock them up. Lock them up. Believe it. Okay? Lock them up.
Caitlin Polantz is live outside the courthouse. About to be a lot more going
I'll be
on
back.
in Georgia, Caitlin.
Of course, John. This morning, we are awaiting the arrival of Rudy Giuliani now that he is in the air, or on the road at least, to get to Georgia today. And what we're expecting is that Giuliani wants everything to be taken care of that he needs to do to respond to this criminal indictment. He wants it all to happen today. He wants his bond negotiation to happen and have that set and done. And then he also wants to go to the jail and be arrested, apparently, according to the reporting that we've put together here at CNN on what his intentions are. The reason for that is because he wants to get it done before Donald Trump would be coming into town tomorrow. There is a lot of questions around their relationship, how it is existing right now, if they are going to be taking the same approach to this case and other investigations around January 6th, like the federal investigation. But it is a really big moment for Rudy Giuliani to be coming here as perhaps one of the most well-known former prosecutors in America, and obviously one of the most well-known people among the people charged in this case, among the 19, except for maybe Donald Trump himself. We have seen more than half of the people who are indicted in this case already go through their bond negotiations. We're starting to see them turn themselves in, be arrested, having mugshots taken even. And so Rudy Giuliani will be one of the next ones to put on that list. Really important to see exactly how it goes for him today, because he's had a couple hard weeks where even money has been difficult for him to come by to fight some of these cases.
No, absolutely. How he is paying for his defense, very much an issue right now. We will be following the former mayor's movements. Caitlin, keep us posted. Thank you very much. Sarah.
Overnight, two more of Donald Trump's co-defendants surrendered to the Fulton County Jail in Georgia. Both were key players in the fake elector plot in that state. If you're keeping count, that's now 4 co-defendants who have been booked and processed. The 15 who remain, including Donald Trump, of course, have until noon on Friday to turn themselves in.